fellow DJs and entertainers. Ricky here with Breaking Your Barriers, giving you a rundown or a review on the xenyx 1202 effects. And the reason I want to give you a rundown or a review on this product is because for those of you that are getting into the DJing game and you're starting off with a modest budget, this is a very decent mixer. And you're going to need a soundboard slash mixer to connect your DJing mixer to, so that you can connect multiple mics or different kind of items to your mixer. Because if you just have a DJ mixer, typically you just have two inputs, which is both of your turntables, and that's not enough. And if you try to use the microphone off of your DJing mixer, sometimes it's not as great as you'd like it to be. At least with this kind of a soundboard, you can control how you actually sound. And this particular one has effects, so it's real cool. Now, my review about this thing is, well, first and foremost, you have 4 XLR inputs, and then you have, I'd say, 6 more 1/4-inch inputs as well, right? There you go, right here. So it gives you a lot of options with regards to connecting stuff. Now, let me go and start with the bad news, or the cons, if you will, because most of us, we only hear the bad news first. Okay, the bad news first for me is it's not your traditional plug that you just get off of your computer and stick it into this thing. It's got a specialized jack right there. So if you lose your plug, you're screwed. So that's the only thing that I don't really appreciate about the plug or that particular feature. Now, some of the other weaknesses per se include when I connect my 1/4-inch to 3.5-inch headphone jack, it sounds like you're in a tunnel. And the kind of headphone jack to 1/4-inch that I'm using, it's just a simple cable, 1/4-inch to headphone jack. It's literally a mono plug, so you only have a tip and a sleeve. That might be the cause, because I ran a test where I used the same kind of jack, but it was a tip, ring, and sleeve, and it sounded fantastic. So it may be this particular board doesn't work very well if you're using a mono plug. So that's one of the other weaknesses. But by all means, and I mean this, get this board if you're a starting DJ, because it is dirt cheap, less than $150, and it gives you so many options, which I'm going to explain in a short while. Another weakness that I want to share is when I connect my tape in, so if I want to have something coming in through the RCA jacks right here, through my tape in, the only issue I have with this is it does not have its own volume control. You literally have to use the main fader to control the volume of this thing. So that's the only thing that kind of bothers me a little bit. So you'd have to work with your knobs off of these other channels right here, lowering them or raising them, because this main fader right here controls your tape in, and that's kind of crazy. I thought it would have its own. Now let's go ahead and go to the benefits of this bad boy. Well, the benefits are you'll have a mixer. It has effects. With regards to connecting your multiple microphones, you can connect a DJ mixer into this. You can connect another sound coming in. Could be let's just say it's a projector and they're at a wedding and they want to hear music or whatever dedications are coming from that video. So this thing offers you all of those options, which is great, very helpful. And I really appreciate it because you do have control with regards to the equalizer. You have your highs, your mids, and your lows. The only thing here, let me see, is you do have your effects. You do have your effects controls, your pan controls. So if you want to pan it left, pan it right, since you're using a stereo, or rather, if you're using a stereo connection, you can pan it left if you only want to hear something here, pan it right if you want to hear something here. I like the quality of sounds it produces. I've used it for DJing just a short while ago actually, and it sounded good. It sounded very full. Just make sure you get the right connections, by the way. I also used it for singing. There, it's a little bit lacking with control of your sounds when it comes to the microphone. But if you're only using this bad boy for announcements and yo, everybody ready to get into this party and get crazy, it's perfect. Because you're not going to need all that echo. You're not going to need that crazy, amazing reproduction of your voice. I mean, it reproduces your voice great, but when you're singing, for some reason, I just feel there's something a little bit lacking. And with a board this size, I'm not really complaining. It gets the job done. So it's a pretty awesome board. You have so many effects. You have actually a monitor output right here, which is otherwise known as the FX send. So you can use that as your monitor as well. And you can throw multiple channels back into that monitor. So if you're standing on a stage or something, you need to hear yourself as well as music, you can do that. So it's got some functionality. Now, the way I use it, I've used it for DJing, and I've also used it for Zoom meetings. It's crazy because you would think that, hey, don't you need a USB connection? Not necessarily. If you've got enough, not if you've got enough, if you actually have the adapters that you need to connect to your computer, which is XLR to 3.5 headphone jack, you're good to go. You just have to mess around with that, see what it sounds like. So I've used it for both DJing, Zoom meetings, little singing here and there. This is definitely perfect for a home karaoke setup. Because like I said, it's got plenty of effects. And it's not horrible. It doesn't sound horrible by any means. But of course, at $150, you can't expect it to produce an Allen and Heath or a Yamaha or a Midas board. It's very much a beginner's board. And once you get used to this, then sure, you can upgrade. But for you beginning DJs who are just getting into the game, this thing will definitely take care of you. Connect your DJ mixer, connect your 2 microphones, connect your sounds coming in from a different source, need be from a projector or from somebody else's phone or from somebody else's iPad. That's pretty much the gist of it. And if you guys have any other questions with regards to what this board can do or its limitations, feel free to leave me a comment. Otherwise, I would happily recommend the xenyx 1202 Effects soundboard. At less than $150, or roughly at $150, man, you can't go wrong. This thing's awesome. I believe it's 10 channel or 12 channels. It offers you 12 channels at $150. You can't go wrong. Check it out yourself. If you can, find a place that will let you use it for a month, which would be Amazon. And then if you don't like it, return it. Me personally, I like it. The benefits far outweigh the cons or the weaknesses of this bad boy. And I would definitely recommend this board. If this video helped you, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on notifications because I will keep posting videos of my reviews as well as some technical tips. And soon to come, I will be posting videos on tips on how to host and possibly do some games. And this will separate you from most of your competition when it comes to entertainment. I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, keep partying.